Good morning, Illini. Welcome back to Healthy Illini Podcast. I'm Matt Schrock, your host, and I have an exciting one today. There's some events on campus. We like talking about ideas and topics of health and wellness, but sometimes we like to highlight what's actually happening on the campus as well. It's kind of the twofold for Healthy Illini. So I'm really excited to have our guests today and have them come in and share some of the things that are happening in the next week for you. We have two guests today. Our first guest is a returning guest. Alana Harris has been with us before on the podcast. She's the Associate Director for Assessment and Student Wellness for Campus Rec. And so I'm excited to have her back. Alana, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Matt.
And we're also joined by Alejandro Gomez. He is the Senior Assistant Director of Administration with the Counseling Center, and excited to have him on the podcast for the first time today. Alejandro, thanks for being here as well.
Pleasure being here. Thank you for having me.
I will say, if you notice that the sound is a little bit different today, we're doing this one recording. We're not in person together. We're recording by Zoom because of some personal conflicts. So, the wonders of technology allow us to still do this. And I'm grateful for that. But if you're wondering why it sounds a little bit different than our usual sound setup, it's just because we're recording over Zoom. And I'm excited to have that. What we're talking about this episode is Illini Wellness Week. And that is March 8th. So tomorrow, March 1st. Through the 8th. And there's a lot of things that go into that, but I want to start off with, if somebody hears Illini Wellness Week, they may have no idea what that means in any way. So either one of you can jump in, but give me a little background on what Illini Wellness Week is, how it started, and kind of what the goal of it is.
Sure. I can start in and Alejandro, jump in with anything that I miss. We're partners in crime.
Will do.
So we started Illini Wellness Week. It's been on campus for many years, but in its current structure for the last 3 years, the week before spring break, which can often be, a really busy time on campus and a time where students, might be leaning into some habits that aren't always the best before they go away for break. And so we do it in celebration of the wellness services, programs, resources that we have on campus. So we create a few new things to get people excited, but we really lean into all of the wonderful things that we have on campus and awareness building for things for students to lean into during those times when it's challenging. We want our active Illini to be well during this week, but then to carry those skills into all the other weeks too. So we are focused on our 8-dimension model of wellbeing, which is a student affairs model. So we offer programming, services, events that lean into, the whole student, social, emotional, all the things physical that you need to be your best self and to thrive on campus.
Yeah, and this is an initiative that's led by a committee that Alana and myself co-chair, Student Affairs Wellbeing Committee. And so that is something that we take ownership of in terms of the structuring, the coordination around that Wellness Week. And even part of that Wellness Week, something that we've instilled the last couple of years is trying to identify and celebrate Illini student ambassadors that promote wellness and well-being in general. And so we do a call for proposals in terms of, individuals within the student affairs or the campus nominating the student ambassadors and leaders already, paving the way and forging the way in terms of celebrating this kind of holistic approach towards life.
That's one of my favorite things that Healthy Illini has allowed me to do is that we have tons of resources on this campus. We have tons of opportunities. We have people who are very invested in supporting each other, students that are invested in supporting each other, staff that are extremely invested in supporting students. And there's a lot of things that happen on this campus that you might not necessarily be aware of. We've talked about it a lot of times that Quad Day is a wonderful and horrible thing all at once, in that it's awesome because you see all the things that are available on campus. The problem is you see all the things that are available on campus in a couple hours and nobody can retain all that. I can't even tell you. I mean, I've been here, I'm like almost 8 years now, and I can't even tell you who all at Quad Day, and I've been there a lot. And so you have all these students who come in and see all these opportunities, and they have all these things that can help them. But then as the semester goes on, you forget about this or that, or you just lost the information on that. And so being able to highlight these opportunities, these groups, these events through the semester that will help, like going into midterm, into spring break, going into finals, whatever it may be. And like you said, trying to get those student ambassadors who have a passion, who have something they're doing that is so important and vital and necessary, and try and give them some amplification for what they're doing is such a huge part of what we get to do. And it's really exciting to be a part of that. And then, my other passion I have is that your time in college is about learning your skills for your career, but it's also learning your skills for life. We know that if you learn how to manage time in college, it'll help you later in life. You learn how to manage your nutrition or your fitness or your mental health. The things you learn, the tools you learn, the processes you learn during this time can set you up to succeed in so many ways when you leave this campus. And so this is another opportunity to get those resources and to get that baseline that you can build off of.
Yeah, just as you said, it's a great way to really promote, not only already existing programming within that week, but it's also an invitation for student affairs units and campus units to really, create some sort of outreach or event that promotes these dimensions of wellness. And just as you said, also that students can then start to realize how to create a little bit more balance in their lives and really tap into some of the resources around them in their community, the campus itself, that could really sort of buffer any sort of stress or anxiety that might arise and some of their salient, dimensions. Because as college students, social and academics is at the forefront, right?
Right.
And sometimes, unfortunately, it's the only two dimensions they're really into. But what would it look like to really have a conversation about, okay, how have you tapped into your spirituality, your emotional dimension, your physical dimension? That way you're tapping into these other dimensions and, again, creating balance, getting that extra layer and sense of fulfillment and contentment in life, by partaking maybe in perhaps some activities, hobbies, connections that, again, buffer that sort of stress that we know is going to arise from a rigorous academic schedule, right, and social life.
I think I echo both of you. I really appreciate, this exposure to engaging in wellness and well-being practices that you didn't necessarily see as that when you came here for school. You didn't maybe necessarily identify that you were addressing some of your intellectual or mental well-being through stimulating yourself in that way. But I think the impetus for this also is the engage your way. There's a lot of ways for us to address personal wellness or well-being. And I think the structure that we approach this week with is that, we don't just address physical wellness through one path, but there are a lot of different ways that we can do that. And because we have a calendar of all of the different program services events, not every single thing that's happening on campus, but a lot of variety of ways to address it, because each of us will foster it a different way too. Matt, I'm not sure if it's helpful, but wellness.illinois.edu, that's where we're keeping our calendar. And that's where you can nominate a peer, or if you're a staff or faculty member who wants to nominate a student who's, walking that wellness talk, we'd love to see folks nominate people so that we can celebrate them.
And we do talk about resources. As always, in the bio, we'll have those listed so if you're listening and you're not sure how to get to that, we will have that website. We'll have a few other resources listed in our episode bio, so you can come back for easy reference. Just click on the link and go on to that. But yeah, any resources you guys have, throw them in here audibly as well, because you brought up a great point. You both did that. It's about focusing on what works for you. What your path is not the same as somebody else's. We talk about it all the time. I talk about it all the time on this podcast, is that everyone has commonalities. Like, we have 50,000 students that have one giant commonality, that they are a student at UIUC. But every one of those students has a uniqueness to that commonality. Even the people like your roommate, you can be a roommate with somebody, you can be the same RSO with that person, same exact major as that person, same exact classes as that person, and yet your journey through those things will be separate and will be individual, because you are not the same person. So we talk a lot about, we're all on a personal journey, and it's your journey, but even though there are people that have similarities. And so as we're talking about this Wellness Week, look for the things that resonate with you. Look for the things that fit with what you're needing, what your strengths and your weaknesses are. Because for some people, for me, I'm an extrovert. I have no problem being social. It drives my family crazy because we'll go somewhere and I talk to people like I've known them forever, like we're trying to get out the door, and I'm just having conversations with everybody. That's not my issue. My issue is time management and sleep. Because I'm social, I don't like to sleep much. And so that's my issue. Whereas somebody might have the opposite. So when you're listening to this list of resources and things and events, find the ones that resonate with you. Whether it be something you're already passionate about, you want to be involved in, or something you don't know as much about or need help with. Jump into those. So really, we're going to give you the full breadth of possibilities here, and go in and pick pick what works for your journey. So that said, let's jump into some of these events. I was going to kind of give you guys the floor and let you kind of describe what's going on, when it's happening, and how you can get involved or get in contact with some of these things.
I'm thinking something that's exciting and new that we have not done before that we're exploring this year is we have, through the Illinois app, we've set up a Join the Illini Wellness Week group challenge. And so, Matt, you highlighted this well about everyone being on their own individual journey. And so this new app challenge group allows you to set what your physical activity challenge is for the week. So maybe that is a walking based challenge. Maybe it's a formal exercise based challenge or attending a dance class. It could be any type of physical activity, but within this group, we're creating a community of other folks who have a physical activity related goal that they're going to achieve that week using the wellness rings inside the app. And you get some tips and tricks each day during the week, and you get the support of a community, knowing that there are other students who are working towards a physical activity goal, the same, not maybe exactly the same goal as you, because we are all different, but that they're working on something. And so, we're encouraging folks to join that. We'll have QR codes all over campus and the opportunity, if you go to that website, to join this group. But it's something new that we're doing with the Illinois app, is integrating and using technology and your phone to help you reach some of those wellness goals.
Yeah, another example is Illini Wellness Week. We're kickstarting it off with a big event at the Illini Union. So we have the Illini Wellness Week Fair. It's going to take place in the Illini Union courtyard from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And what we've done is we're going to have many tables, and we've invited and received callbacks from a lot of student affairs, campus units, and the emphasis, again, is wellness and well-being. And so we're not only are they going to be promoting their services, but really highlighting and looking at their services through that lens of wellness and well-being. And just to go off of what you had just mentioned, Matt, in terms of ensuring there's enough services that it can cater to different populations, right? So it's looking at it from that diversity and inclusion kind of lens, in a sense. And that's why we do a great job of inviting and having our campus partners over in the cultural houses and also the resource centers participate. That way that we can all, find a piece that speaks to our intersections of our own identities. So it's really a really cool fair that we're going to have that Wednesday, March 1st, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
I would really like to, anyone who's listening, encourage you to come to that fair. All of us often are our own worst critics, and the worst lie we tell ourselves, and no matter where you are at any point in your life, the worst lie we can tell ourselves is, I'm the only one dealing with this. I'm the only one going through this. And those types of fairs are so encouraging, because you see other people, you're like, there's more people who are thinking this way or feel this way or have experienced this before. And so those events, those kickoff events, when it brings a group of people together, really, really strong. Like a quad day. I said, there's awful parts to it in that so much, but it's worth going to. I encourage everybody to go to it, because you have an opportunity to find connection and find community. And this is just another one of those. So yeah, that kickoff fair, if you're listening, I'm excited for that. I'm not even a student, but I'm excited for that, because it does give that opportunity just to come together and realize that you are amongst people that care and people that care about you. So sorry, I jumped in on that one. But go ahead with some more of the stuff that's going on. This is exciting.
On March 1st in the evening from 6 to 8, our colleagues from McKinley Health Center are offering their Stress Less party. So over at the ARC, they'll be offering stress-related and skill-building resources, and it's called a party for a reason. It's meant to be a lot of fun and engaging for students and activity based. But I think, headed into, that's typically a week where we have a lot of exams, assignments, midterms right before the break, and they're offering their stress less party.
Yeah, that's also been a partnership in the past that the Counseling Center has participated in. Normally, I would say Emily Barnum and Louis Barnum, our therapy dog here at the Counseling Center, would make a presence there. But actually, they're going to make a presence during the Illini Wellness Week fair. And so if you really want to see Louis, our therapy dog, you're going to have to come between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. again at the Illini Union Courtyard on Wednesday, March 1st. I also wanted to highlight on that same day, 2 to 4 p.m., I chair our integrative health and wellness team here within the Counseling Center. And a lot of times we go throughout different parts of campus. And what we're doing is we're going to be located at Lincoln Hall, East Side, first floor, just underneath Lincoln's bus. I'm sure a lot of students that have classes there know exactly what I'm talking about. And the tradition that's related to Lincoln's bus. So we actually have an outreach table there where we promote not only our services, but every single month we go there and do a table and event that really speaks to one specific dimension of wellness. And this month we happen to focus on occupational dimension. And so for college students, your job is being a college student. So, we had conversations around that on wellness and well-being and then occupational wellness.
And that's something to remember if you're listening, is that we're talking about Illini Wellness Week. We're highlighting, March 1st through March 8th, but that's not the end. It's not a, one-off. If you missed it, oh, sorry, you're on your own. We're not going to do anything for you ever again. And if you come in and talk to any of these events and talk to any of these people, it's not a one-off there either. This is an opportunity, and I know it's a passion of everyone involved, to build communication that can be ongoing. Support that can be ongoing, growth that is ongoing. And this is a launching pad, basically. I try and talk about that with my kids, that a lot of what we do in schools, whether high school or, college, is designed to be a launching pad to give you that base that you just, you go from there and just reach unbelievable heights. And that's what this is as well. This whole Illini Wellness Week is not in a bubble. It's not encapsulated. This is the only time this happens. We're trying to offer the tools and the skills and the support that will help you reach whatever you have next on your journey. And so again, come be a part of it, because you may find that it starts something or opens a door for you that you never expected. We don't have a lot of time left because obviously we're passionate we are, so we all talk about it quite a bit. And there's way more than we could fit into a short podcast that's going on. But if you had one more, each of you, one more event or one more idea or something for Illini Wellness Week that you want to highlight, let's go ahead and close out with those.
Well, Matt, as you said, there are a ton of offerings that week. And I think what our hope is that students come, explore a variety of things that maybe they have never tried before, and find something that helps them to grow and learn. One more plug from my end. Over at Campus Recreation, we have Bring a Buddy Week. So normally group fitness classes are, there's a membership fee for that. But during this week, that's waived if you go with a friend. So social and physical dimension, and an opportunity to, there's a lot of different ways to be physically active and a lot of different fitness type classes. Find something, because the way that you stick with something is to find something you love to do.
And part of our end, I'll end with, as part of our more of a didactic outreach and providing services to students, is we're offering our Rio and Perfectionism workshop series, and those are available on via Zoom. So that way students can join these sessions from the comfort of their home. And so for Rio, for example, it stands for Recognition, Insight, and Openness. So really teaching the students mindfulness skills-based training on how to deal with stress and better alleviate those anxious symptoms. Perfectionism workshop speaks for itself, really working with students and identifying key symptoms and, historical patterns when it comes to perfectionism and perfectionistic attitudes and beliefs, and really kind of poking at those beliefs and whatnot. So we offer that throughout that week, throughout the semester. They're more than welcome to access that within our website at counselingcenter.illinois.edu. And again, we offer those on a weekly basis.
It's amazing to me that we only highlighted a very few of the events because I didn't want to just list them all off, but you can find them online. Again, you in the resources of our or in the bio of our episode, find all the resources. You can find the calendar events, all those things. But it's amazing to me that we covered 5, 6, I don't know what it was, events, and we hit such a wide variety of ideas, even in those few events. We're talking fitness, we're talking mental health, we're talking opportunity to come and be supported by someone else. There's so much here in this Illini Wellness Week. There's so many different aspects that you can utilize, that you can take advantage of, that really, honestly, I don't say this ironically, no matter where you are, there is something for you in this Illini Wellness Week. No matter if you've been to previous weeks and you're coming back as an experienced participant, or if you're fresh to it, new to campus, a graduate student, it doesn't matter. There is something here that can support you and can pertain to you and is here to support you. This is not something like trying to gather membership or trying to gain dues or anything like that. We're here to support you. We're giving is what this whole thing is about. So I'm really excited about what goes on, and I'm really hoping that if you're listening, that you take a moment and look at the calendar events and find something to try out. And we know everybody's busy. It is very busy, and we're not trying to add to anybody's busy plate. What we're trying to do is give some tools that helps manage that busyness. Alana, Alejandro, you guys are fantastic. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your passion and your expertise today. So thanks for being a part of the podcast.
Thank you for having us. I was kind of waiting for you, Elaine.
No, you guys, I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
We're coming up on the end of February, actually at the end of February. We're coming into March, and it's things keep moving forward. The stresses keep building, homework keeps building, but there's opportunity to manage that. And there are people here that want to help you manage that. That's why we do Healthy Illini. That's why I'm on this podcast. It's not to hear my own voice. It is to try and highlight things that help students. I'm passionate about our student body here at UIUC, and there's others like me. And so take some time, look at the calendar events, find something that is for you, that intrigues you, that interests you at all. Take a chance and see what it is. You never know what the benefits might be from that, but we are here to support you, and we want to continue that conversation. If you have questions, let us know. Reach out to Healthy Illini, reach out to Campus Rec, reach out to the Counseling Center, anyone in student affairs. We want to support students. That's what we're about. We're not the academic side. We leave that to other people. They do a great job of it. What we're trying to do is we try and support the outside the classroom, you. And so reach out if you have questions, you have comments, you want to hear a topic, you want to hear more continue the conversation, please get in touch with us. But thank you for joining us today. You are on a personal journey no matter where you are in it. You are important and you matter. Your health and wellness are important and matter, and we are here to keep you well to excel. So go have a great week, Illini. Let us know how you're doing, and we'll catch you next time on Healthy Illini.